Hi everyone, it's Emaphant here and welcome back to a new speed build. So today we're building a container home style build and I actually intended this to be kind of a smaller build. It's not small, it's like quite large. It ends up being 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, I think. Only 2 bathrooms. But still, like, the living room's pretty big, the kitchen's, like, kind of big. It's not at all small, and that's what I intended it to be. I'm also building this off of another picture that I saw that I really liked. So it's kind of inspired by that. The outside is far more inspired by that because it didn't have anything for the interior. So the interior is totally just me doing what I think looks cool, but the outside is pretty closely inspired by the picture. So I'll pop that up on the screen for you guys so you guys can see what I was looking off of. Yeah, so I really liked this idea of like having 2 almost containers stacked on top of each other. I think that would be a really cool kind of way to live and like, you know, kind of more, I think it's more sustainable to live in container style homes because obviously you don't have to use up the materials of a typical build since you're just using existing containers that are probably recycled. So I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it is an interesting idea. I'm like too tall and too big to actually live in a container home, but I think the idea is cool. I just wouldn't want to do it. Anyways, so I like how it looks up. Oops, sorry. I'm clicking around over here. I like how it ends up looking. It's very, very modern. I mean, I think you guys can probably tell at this point that my style is quite modern, but I like it, you know? I was trying to figure out the floor plan right now, figuring out where to put the stairs, because obviously we are kind of offset like that, which makes it a little bit more difficult to figure out how to place the stairs so that it makes sense on both levels, both on the first level where they're going to be a long ways and the second level where they're kind of cutting through sideways throughout the middle of the space. So it ends up working out and we do get 2 kids' bedrooms, is what I meant to say, over on the back side of the house, which I didn't think that they were going to fit. I thought it was going to be too small. So they were kind of figuring out all the bedrooms. The master is quite a bit larger than the other 2 bedrooms, which is fine, but it's a lot bigger. So you definitely want to be the master in this house and not one of the kids. So yeah. Also, I wanted to tell you guys because I'm like so excited. I'm going to Star Wars in like 2 hours. The new Star Wars in like 2 hours, you guys. So I'm trying to finish this before I have to stop wearing my pajamas and things like that because I'm still in my pajamas at 5 o'clock. It's fine. But I'm going to Star Wars and I'm so excited. I hope it's really good. I've heard that it's good. I don't know anything, so I can't give you guys any spoilers. So I think it's good. I don't know. Fingers crossed that it is because I really want it to be good. But yeah, that's what I'm doing soon-ish. My big Friday night plans is going to Star Wars. I'm like really excited, you guys. So house, rugs, I don't know. Star Wars is much more important. Yeah, we were trying to figure out rugs here and all that. I don't even know what to say about this build. I just like want to talk about the fact that I'm going to Star Wars really soon. I really like the kitchen in this build, how that turns out. I kind of wanted something neutral throughout the rest of the house. So you can see we have this very brownish rug. I believe that we keep that. I don't think that we change it. But I wanted most of the place to be pretty neutral, which is like some pops of color. Like that's really how I personally like to decorate, is I like most of my stuff to be quite neutral and then like have accents that I can change frequently be my really colorful things. Like if I can have a vase out on the table that I can switch out or like things like that, like that's my kind of ideal decorating style. So this house is very much in my taste and how I would want things to look. So clearly I like it. I was playing with this because I wanted to do like a cool kind of big square table. I ended up not putting the table there. I ended up putting it kind of in front of the kitchen for the angle that we're at right now and like sticking it in almost the corner. But I really wanted to use some of those tables to make like a cool big like square table and I didn't end up liking how it looked, but that's definitely something I want to try again because I like the idea of it so much, like just having a big square table. But none of the ones that I could find didn't glitch out. Like all of the ones, they kind of just crossed over each other weirdly, or like those ones from the bowling pack I really like I think that the decor in them is really interesting, like the design on them is really interesting, but it does make it harder if you're trying to actually make them cross over like that. So I like the idea. I'll probably try to do it again in a future build because I think it's very interesting, but didn't quite work out. I was playing around with this a lot because I kind of wanted to feel a little bit more separation between the living room, and then if I was still thinking, at this point I was still thinking I was going to put the dining room table on the other side of the stairs in the kitchen. So that's why I'm kind of playing with a lot of those room dividers and figuring that out, and why I'm putting a couple of seats in the kitchen. You need seats in the kitchen. Like, that's the thing that you need, and I don't have a seat in my kitchen, right? Like a bar stool or something like that in my kitchen right now, but like I end up just sitting on top of my counter, which isn't great for my counter, but I need someplace to sit in the kitchen. Like, that's important. So I like having bar stools like that. I really want to get some bar stools in my real life kitchen. We'll figure it out. I also liked crossing these little bottle shelves over each other. It looks like you have a few more bottles, which like that's plenty of bottles, but I liked how that looked, that it didn't look too glitchy. Like, it looked like that would actually work, having those bottles kind of stacked on top of each other and whatnot. I like having things like that because, like, obviously in real houses as opposed to The Sims, you have a lot of things on shelves and on counters, and like maybe not all of those bottles are alcohol. Maybe they're like vinegars and stuff like that. Like, I know I have seven? Oh my god. I have 7 kinds of vinegar in my cabinets. That's an obscene amount of vinegar. I have a lot of kinds of vinegar in my cabinets right now, so like maybe that's what it is like if y'all like to cook like me and you have a bunch of different kinds of bottles of things for different recipes and whatnot, maybe that's what that is instead of alcohol. I like to think that sounds better to me. But yeah, I really do like how this kitchen turned out. This part is the part that I like the least, I like the least is that I kind of had to stick the trash can and like dog container and all that over in the corner, because at this point I know that I wanted to put my dining room table on the other side of this part of the room. So instead of putting the trash can to the right of like the stove or something like that, I knew I was going to have to stick it there under the window so that I would have enough space to do this right here for the dining room table. So I don't know. There wasn't really enough space. Like, for how big this build ended up being, like, there wasn't a ton of space for things like the dining room or like the kids' bedrooms, or even if I wanted like another bathroom for the kids, and so that the master suite would have its own bathroom and the kids would have another bathroom, like, I didn't have enough space for that. So I was genuinely trying to do a tiny build. It just didn't happen that way. I actually do have a tiny build coming up for you guys that's actually tiny. It's very crowded. It's only 1 bedroom as opposed to this one, which is 3 bedrooms. So like makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. I was playing around a lot with this living room as well because I wanted it to be interesting. But since it is kind of a smaller house, not hugely smaller, but like I didn't have space for an office and things like that. So I was trying to figure out how I was going to include things like a desk and all of that in this space. So I'm like trying to figure that out and placing things in kind of a weird way. Like, I end up having, the desk over in this corner by the fireplace, which is like a little bit funky to have that over there, but it works in the end, I think. I do like how, like, this house is definitely in my style and I like it a lot. So I would totally move here. And I also really like the exterior. We end up doing a ton of landscaping in the exterior, so it ends up looking super, super pretty. But we'll get to that in a little while. So anyway, how are you guys? How's life? Are you guys enjoying winter now that it's getting colder and colder? It was like 18 degrees when I woke up this morning, which I was so sad about. It was so cold. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I'm gonna guess something around -10 in Celsius. I don't know. It's well below freezing. It's pretty well below freezing. It's not like super, super far below freezing. Because I would consider super far below freezing like single digits, which I don't know what that is in Celsius either. But it's obviously Fahrenheit freezing is 32 degrees. So like if you guys consider single digits, if 32 is freezing, like we're guessing 30, 20 something degrees below that, below 0 Celsius. So whatever that is, I don't know. Also, you guys didn't know, degrees in Fahrenheit and degrees in Celsius are not 1-to-1. Like, a degree in Fahrenheit is a bigger change in temperature than a degree in Celsius. I think that I have that right and don't have it backwards. If I have it backwards, please tell me, because I might. But, yeah, if you guys didn't know that, like, the degrees aren't, like, the same change in temperature to each other, which I always thought was so weird. I don't know why that is, but it is, The more you know. So yeah, if you guys are ever trying to do conversions of Celsius and Fahrenheit in your head, you can't do 1-to-1, even though that'd be so much easier. I do wish that we had some of the things that they have in Sims for real sale. I know, Delicacy, I think, was saying that, I don't know, it's some video. I watch all of her old videos when I'm just building, like, have it on the background, but she was saying it in some video that she wished that they had something. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was like the llama poster. But she wished that like the Sims would sell that for real. Like that would be such a good idea. Like do that, Sims. I know that they just came out with their merch store, which is kind of the equivalent, you know, kind of, not really. But I know that they just came out with their merch store a couple of weeks ago. So that's awesome. I heard some interesting things that like some of the merch wasn't the best quality. I don't know. I haven't bought anything yet. I really want to. I really want to buy the llama, like the llama v-neck women's shirt with the little pom blob above the llama's head. I think that thing is so cute and I want it. And I showed my family for Christmas, so that might be a Christmas present. Like that's why I haven't bought it yet, because it's kind of fingers crossed that that might be under the tree for Christmas morning. So we will see about that. So we're moving on to the bedrooms downstairs. Like I said, we have the one quite large master bedroom, and then we have two kids' rooms. I decorated one of them as kind of like a teen, what I thought was like a teen girl's room. It's like black and purple and kind of moody, so that's what I was thinking there. And then the other one's pretty unisex. I think I just did like white and green and maybe yellow. I don't remember what I did, you guys. I can't even remember. I'm only thinking about Star Wars. Like that's the only thing I'm thinking about. That's where my priorities are. But yeah, so we have two rooms. They are both for kids right now, but you could super easily change them for toddlers if you wanted to. And there is a bathroom right there, so they all have access to that. Also, my boyfriend might come home in the middle of my recording, which would be interesting. He might say hi. I really want him to say hi to you guys. I don't know. I don't think he's going to want to say hi. But I told him he could, so like, he might show up in this voiceover. I don't know. I don't know when he's coming home. I'm literally only thinking about Star Wars. That's like all I can think about right now. I really hope it's good. I think it's gonna be. Like, I have faith that it's gonna be. But if it's not, I'm gonna be really sad. We'll see. I really hope it's good. Oh, I don't know. If you want to see it, you're gonna see it anyway. Because like, if you want to see Star Wars, like you're gonna see Star Wars. I'm also sad because my friend texted me a couple hours ago and was like, hey, do you want to hang out tonight? I'm like, no, I can't. Star Wars. Like, come on, Star Wars. But they were sad because they were bored and now I'm not going to hang out with them and they're just going to be at home by themselves, which, no, they're going to go out and do something anyway. But I would have liked to hang out with them except for Star Wars. I'm so excited that we have size down options now because it gives us so much more clutter options and things like that. So I don't know, I think that's one of my biggest complaints about The Sims, and like I'm trying not to use CC for building for you guys because I know it can be really frustrating if people want to download it from the gallery, but I'm so grateful that we can size down now because it really opens up the options for clutter and things like that, and having more variety of things. If you can have something sized down, like it doesn't feel as limited in that case anymore. So super, super pumped for that. Did I leave that? No, I don't leave that second door into the, whatever this is called, bathroom. This is whatever this room is called, with the toilet and the shower and stuff. Yeah. Our bathroom is very white and clean. A lot of this build is very like simple and clean with just like a couple of bright colored things in it. Like in the bathroom, we have these bright pink flowers that are kind of fun. But I think everything else in the bathroom is like super, super simple and just white. I don't know. That's how my actual bathroom is too. It's like literally just white and it feels kind of cold. Well, it is very cold sometimes because one of my walls is beautiful. It's an exposed brick wall, but it's so cold because like I said, it was 18 degrees this morning. And if y'all don't have exposed brick in your house and like live in a cold climate, that lets so much cold sleep in because it's old. Like my house was built in 1890. There's not insulation between like the two sides of brick. Like it's literally just brick, which is fine. Like that's how they built them in the 1800s, 1900s, like early 1900s. But there's also no insulation, which is awful. Can you imagine 18 degrees, I don't know, whatever that is, like negative 10 degrees Celsius, and just having that come into your house? Because that's what happens. It's really cold. So we have a little space heater in our bathroom. But back to what I was saying, when it is really, really white like that, like there's no color or anything like that to kind of bring some warmth into it. Like it's literally just white and like clean and sterile, which is great for a bathroom. Like don't get me wrong, I love that, but I don't necessarily love it at like 7 a.m. when it's 18 degrees out. Like that's not so nice. I need to get more nice things, like warmer things, colorful things in my bathroom. But I just haven't done that yet because I have other priorities for how to spend my money right now. I wish we had more hanging things that felt like kid room stuff though. Like we have a few posters, but I wish that we had more posters. Oh, I didn't use the Parenthood posters for this like kid wall. I don't know why I didn't do that. I wish I had now. If y'all download this off the gallery and like don't like what I did with these clouds and stuff, you could definitely replace that with some of the Parenthood posters and whatnot. I think that would look better, but I didn't think about that. I also still haven't actually play tested sizing down the stuffed animals. I really need to do that, but I haven't played with a child lately. Like I've been playing my Legacy LP, shameless plug, but I've been playing my Legacy LP and then I've been playing just like a fun game for my personal play, but everyone in my games right now are young adults, so I have no kids to like test these things out. I really need to do that because I keep doing it in builds where I size down toys and I don't know how it affects gameplay. So it might be bad, but they like don't quite fit where I put them unless they're sized down. Like some of them might fit, but they kind of look dumb. Like, I don't know, they just look big. Like, they always looked big, as they're just, like, a big toy. And, like, who has a stuffed animal that's, 3 feet tall? I have one. Never mind. I have one. But anyway, I digress. You guys, I bought a 3-foot tall stuffed elephant the other day. I was going to IKEA with my friend because he just moved. So he just bought a house and was getting a couple, I don't even remember. Like I was too focused on my elephant to remember what he actually bought. I think he bought like end tables or something like boring and adult. But I bought a 3-foot tall stuffed elephant that I've named Emaphant. So yeah. Anyway, it's really freaking cute. So if I ever do face cam for you guys, I will absolutely bring my Emaphant onto the face cam for you guys because she's so cute and I like her. Anyway, we're getting on to the landscaping now. If you guys are wondering where I got these cars from, I just sized up the toy cars and used those instead. So it's not a new trick. A ton of people have done it, but until we actually get cars in The Sims 4, that's a great way to make it look like you have a real driveway or something like that. Yeah, if you guys have a driveway that you want to feel like that, like totally do that. I don't know if the kids try to play with it. Speaking of not knowing if you change the size of kids' toys, how it affects gameplay, I don't know if they try to play with these cars. Wait, no, they're sculptures, aren't they? I lied. I totally lied. These are considered sculptures and not toys, which doesn't make sense, but like fine. So they can't play with sculptures anyway, so I lied, might be. Yeah, landscaping. This landscaping's like interesting. I wanted to do like a flower bed around this kind of support column thing, and it didn't end up quite the way that I wanted because I did that like little fence, and I think in retrospect what I wish I would have done is either no fence and just use the rocks to kind of frame it, or I wish I would have done a slightly taller fence so it actually felt fenced in, and I did neither, which I don't love, but it's fine. Oh well. I also wish that we had terrain paints that matched the, like the stuff that I use for the driveway. Like I wish we had a terrain paint that was in the same style as some floor tiles so that you could like do that. And I realized I probably could have just terrain painted all of it and not done actual floor tiles, and that would have worked. And there's also custom content to do that. I know that's like the same, that like someone made I don't remember if someone made a terrain paint out of a floor tile or made a floor tile out of a terrain paint. But there's stuff like that if y'all want it, that can make that work too. Yeah, I like this bit of the garden that's like in this little circular part of the walkway, like behind the driveway. I think that looks good. But I also realized I didn't put any stairs anywhere, which was not ideal. I think that we need stairs and to get like to the front door and to this little back porch area. We're almost done though. I think that we add just like a couple of things here and there, mostly outside to make it feel a bit more finished, but I think that we're just about wrapping up. So I do wish that we had more exterior stuff like furniture and whatnot. I know I don't have perfect patio in this version of my game right now, so I don't have like that stuff or backyard stuff. I also don't have in this version of my game right now. So I know that I could like get those and do it that way, but I don't have the money to buy them right now, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna have to suffer with the game stuff that I do have. I do have quite a few of the packs, I just don't have every single one. So I'll be fine with the several packs that I do have. Oh, poor me, life is hard. Yeah. I love the trees that we got in the pets pack though. Like, these aspens are so pretty. I love them. I like putting them next to the other aspens that we had from base game. I love aspen trees. Like, so my family used to vacation in Colorado a lot where there are a lot of aspens, and we used to go backpacking and like camping up in the mountains where there's a lot of aspens. So I kind of grew up with like that being one of my favorite parts of my childhood, and they're just like really, really beautiful. And I have so many beautiful memories of just like true countryside or like true just totally away from civilization kind of things, just like forests of these aspens. So if y'all ever get a chance to go to Colorado or someplace like that that has a bunch of aspens, I would super, super recommend it because they're some of the most beautiful kind of foresty things ever. Anyway, you guys, that just about wraps it up. So we'll get into screenshots in a minute. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give a like, comment, or subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!